Hello. Hi. This is about to be a nurse's testament. From the land you violently called the Middle East. I am a nurse, an Eastern nurse, an Iranian nurse. I have seen what the world refuses to see. Am I, right now, am I speaking? Speaking nowadays happens everywhere. Rendering speech, uttering speaks, those ridiculous creatures standing for justice, holding a piece of paper, reading from it, like a child doing its homework. Enough reasoning for you to just look at them. Look at the emptiness in their eyes, the boredom in their faces. Simply watch their phones, check their watch, what time is it? Ridiculously waiting for time to pass while the number of deaths in this land is counting. Creating some sessions for simply count the number of deaths. And the speakers, those behind those front position, behind those microphones, doing their homework, count the number of deaths as if it was a weather report. I am an Iranian nurse, an Eastern nurse, from the middle of nowhere, an unknown East. In those sessions, the number of deaths practically become a gateway toward those grand position behind those microphones. And the end of the ceremony of dominance, the call for security and the necessity beyond it, the exact security built upon our dead bodies. The security exists only because others have already died. But again, good news for them. Emergency security sessions, emergency embassy for the security of Middle East always ends up with further agendas will be placed for the security of Middle East. Again, good news for them. Good news for them because by lacking true security in this place, those grand positions again ready for them to run toward them to count the number of deaths, to have excuse to set up those fabricated sessions. What about me? What about me? I am tired of every shedding tears mouldering upon our dead bodies in this land. I am existed in this land. I'm not talking out of this land, about this land. This is the point of mine. And what about this soul? And this soul still bleeding up until it is called the Middle East. yet still good news for them. And what about those ridiculous creatures behind those microphones? Those chairs will stand firmer when our graves grew deeper. And what about peace? Peace? Whatever it is, I have no idea about it. I've been always in this land. But whatever it is built upon our dead bodies. And what about a nurse? A nurse from this forsaken soul. Anyway, I am not here to explain something. I am not here to speak, to debate, to count, to read from something, word after word, paragraph after paragraph. I am a nurse. I am an Iranian nurse. What about exposure this time? This time, exposure to Saloon Eastern thought. Eastern thought. I truly believe it. Without illuminating Eastern thought, true salvation for this soul is impossible. Eastern thought. To you, English speakers, you find it out Eastern thought as something vague, as some mystical, some mystery. You leave it behind. You say it is not logical, it is mystical. You don't need to understand it. It is all about love. A whole state of acceptance, Eastern thought. But me, I am here to insist on it, to illuminate what has been left unseen. East this time, not as the direction, but as the missing piece of human being, of human puzzle. This time, east, not as the direction. The left piece of human puzzle, long buried under definitions, deductions, prescriptions, and labels. Top of the labels, the name of this land, the name of this land, the Middle East. I have seen this forgotten core, me. I have seen this forgotten core from within the middle of nowhere, an unknown east. This is not some minor, not major thing. This is the phenomenon of dominance. It flows like a relentless word after word, speech after speech. This is the phenomenon of dominance about us, all of us. Pulling every single individual's into its occurrence, knowing or not, everyone keep fitting it and keeping this foul stream alive, anyone knowing or not. What a nurse from Iran sees it differently, sees it with clarity, what has been left unseen by the world. I am speaking from this land. I am here to talk about this land. Here, me, an Iranian nurse, standing still, bearing the weight of this message, the message of Eastern thought, Khabar, Khabar, the message of Eastern thought. It matters not if the world refuses to hear me. I am here to stand, to stay still, to become possible, to become what was truly me, and to tell you who's us. Look for the history of us in our forgotten thought, Eastern thought. And that's why I am about to step forward by illuminating Eastern thought, swift and sound. This does not mean that others who are standing in those seemingly advanced first world stay apart from whatever is happening in this soil, but it means we all are entangled in it, equally bound, equally burdened, equally burning. No matters yet remains unseen. I am here to insist on it. From some cafe in Tehran. That's why I am recording my videos inside the cafe to prove you we have our own lives. We can maybe share our lives. Why should the stream of migration become only from one side to another? Always Easterns should carry the desire to migrate toward the West, and again, East keep streaming toward West, and again, East streaming toward the West, and we look, search in some meaning in the hands of the others, for inside the hands of West search for purpose, for meaning, for manual academic, for classifications, and at the same time, the West exporting human forces, the true engine for progress, out of this land, and right then again, out of this land, and then again, out of this land, and this land, Yana, lay forgotten, forsaken. When I try to convey some way Eastern thought, I felt that how we ourselves are deceived, played by the very game of our own mind, ourselves. In Eastern thought, it is self. We have self as I am, you are. This is the self of mind. But in Eastern thought, there is two totally distinguished phenomenon of self and self. Nafs, fitrat. I found it quite crucial to illuminate Eastern thought before knowing our thought. This is impossible to talk together, to truly talk together, to find out each other, to say hello to each other. This channel you're watching me is precisely equipped for those who are carrying the illusion of standing apart. This is not our business, whatever is happening in that land. How much blood was shed inside this land is not the matter of us. They are carrying, inevitably, they are determined to to take the choice for migration and come toward us and work for us, feel inside our labs, our universities. You are standing apart, but I am here. I am here to have the testament of mine that the skin of earth too fragile for carrying the illusion of a standing apart. The illusory itself naps in Eastern thought. Our mind, the root of the production of some manipulation within, manipulating some manipulated manipulations right then. Just keep circling on this repetitive repetition, this corrupted cycle created by our own mind for carrying the illusion of power. The illusion of power, we're here, probably everywhere. We created it ourselves and find it inevitable. The illusion of we are in need for policy makers, decision makers. But the rhetoric of governance, management, and decision makers did nothing but crash us into a repetitive repetition, corrupted cycle. We, up until madness, we did that ourselves by not saying hello together. I am here to salam, Eastern thought. This time from east to west. I am an Iranian nurse, an Eastern nurse. From the land Yana. This is me, standing still. They called Yana Middle East. We repeated it, Middle East. A name became a prison, the colonization itself, the name of this land. The illusory self, which is the illusory self in Eastern thought, we call that nafs. I will illuminate it for you precisely. This is my point. This is the purpose of mine. When this is the matter of infected operation, a nurse can intervene. I want to find out the root of this infection. And the sound of this place, this is not the noise. This is the whisper of this land, believe me. There is some life here. But this is precisely through the illusion of power that humankind made it by themselves. Illusion of power, by the way. The creation of our own mind. We keep. She's taking the word. We keep this stream alive, this foul stream alive, the illusion of governance, the machinery of management, the machinery of management, not truly sorting out, think, not truly to sort out things, but the machinery of management, some systemized, systemic systems within some systemic, systemized systems, right after again, some manipulated the machinery of management. I'm not talking over truly sorting out things. All taking the root from the illusion of power, the illusion of self, the illusion of self. And that's why I am stepping toward swift and sound by rendering Eastern thought, Eastern thought. The land now we've called it the Middle East. The fullness of this land erased, hidden beneath the nose of labels and noise. Top of it, the name of this land. We did not erase ourselves, humanity, but we erased our sources, what was belonged to all of us. We erased our own technologies. You are standing apart. Good news for you. I cut the path toward true success by our own selves. Eastern thought is about to be rendered by me toward you precisely the way we can have our connection, the connection which has been long lost. This forsaken land. By labeling this land, we didn't just limit ourselves, we limited humanity. The soul is sinking. Yes, you can have your label, your workers, your cheap workers from this land. Up until the world would be swallowed. Perhaps it could be too late to understand that the salvation was not in further publishing, in further blueprints for fairness or any damn other things, but it was about saving this land, to save all the world. I don't expect you to understand me because you have not been here. This is the wound of mine. یه زخم فرد رو یدک میکشه. This is the crash of mine. But I am a nurse. I will expose you toward Eastern South to become truly able to talk together, to say hello to each other. This is not a rendering speech. This is my word to you from an unknown East. I truly want to see you here in our land. Why is it quiet, forbidden that you cannot come to our land to have each other, every single individual all around the world, to have each other, true unity behind us, beneath us, between us, unity. And then, after labeling this land, the media and propaganda curved our faces of those who are blessed with their black hair, they curved our faces for you to some petty creatures, those who are in constant need for others' decision making. They curved our faces. But I am here to say hello to you, salute you. And right then, some wish came out to be the desire for migration from east to west. We carrying the desire to become something in the eyes of the others. So others, those exact ones who imposed the name of this land. Across the oceans to somehow find some sense of being, to look for our void identity somewhere else. Now, in my adolescence, the desire to become a doctor was injected to me and all my peers to study medicine. I cannot remember where. It was always unclear for me that where exactly this desire came from to study medicine, to become a doctor. But what stays quite clear for me is that the same stream is happening now. All my peers and I are chasing for some careers abroad, to become hospital staff, abroad, to study in Western universities, to become something. We are seeking for our forsaken being. Keep search for meaning for our life. Yet the truth remained, black hair or not. The screams of centuries still burn behind our stored eyes. Black hair or not, this is the truth. Our forsaken identity east. You know, as a nurse, I will tell you something that human beings all around the world, they complete each other. And by some rigid, some unchangeable pattern that always migration should keep us streaming from east to west. We cannot have each other. This is corrupted cycle. I am looking for something that opposed it. They have you in front of me or not. The flames of generations, restless yearning to scream at every moment of blame. Black hair or not, believe it or not, you are not standing apart. This is the illusion of standing apart. I will illuminate it for you. For too long, the Western reasoning filled Iranian bookstores devoured by so-called enlightened individuals in this land, while the East and Easterns lay forgotten, gathered in dust, in silence, gathered in dust, an unknown East. And this soil Yana grief striking land, darker farther, grew even deeper, further and further, in search for some meaning in the hands of the others, in search for some agenda which has been long is willing to be placed for the security of Middle East. The colonization itself, the name of it. We, for the problems in our countries without answers, in the hands of the others. And the West imposed its meaning, man in search for meaning, manual academic classifications and meaning upon this land. Listen to me. Upon this land, it imposed meaning, classification, and at the same time exporting tool for progress, human forces out of this land. That is why I am here to illuminate Eastern thought in our next videos. And far away, maybe right there, behind this camera, the seemingly first world sat back in confront, watching the colonization and the chains of the tyranny in this land, carrying the illusion of standing apart. This grieving land, this ancient homeland, heavy with sorrow and despair. The land Yana is sinking. But let me assure you, with this sanction, the world will be swallowed. Our sealed fate? I don't think so, because, I'm sorry, a nurse happened to be here to talk. Stay with